Hey folks, we had a special request today. One of my regular clients is getting married in a month, and she's going to be away from the studio for that month leading up to her wedding as she makes all of her final preparations. And she was concerned about not being able to keep up her Pilates practice leading up to this big important day where she wants to look her best. So I'm making a mat class focusing on the things that she wanted to work on, which would be her arms, strapless dress, and her core. This workout's going to be good for anybody, but we're going to call this Macey's wedding workout. So let's get started, and we'll start with just a nice roll down. So chin to chest, rounding forward vertebrae by vertebrae, going as low as you comfortably can. Pause for an inhale, restack vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll those shoulders back and down at the top. Let's do that one more time. Chin to chest, rolling down. Pause for an inhale, restack vertebrae by vertebrae. And then round those shoulders back. All right, so we're gonna come down to the mat, and I'm using a small towel. You may or may not need this. This helps me with roll-ups. If you have a larger curvature there, it will be helpful. But if you don't have that issue, then you probably don't need it. So we're gonna start with a roll down. Same thing we did standing up, but we're doing it laying down. Make sure that towel's in a good spot. Reach your hands long, chin to chest. Roll yourself back up, and you can reach for those toes for a nice stretch down those hamstrings. And let's do that again. Take your time. We're really trying to work through our core and our spine and not lurch up. We don't want to just thrust ourselves up with momentum. So if you need someone to hold your feet, or you can hook your feet underneath a sofa, if this is something that you struggle with, there's an option for you. Or like I said, that towel really helps me. All right, how about 2 more of these? I'm not sure what count we're on, but that'll feel like a good number in my mind. And last one, we'll come up, and then we're going to come back down. I'll move the towel out of the way. We're done with the towel. And we're going to go through the series of 5. I just always feel like the series of 5 is a great all-over core. So if you just want to tone that core, you cannot go wrong with that series of 5. So legs are in tabletop, hands are up. I'm rounding forward. I'm going to pull my right leg in as I extend my left leg. I really want to extend it long, and then switch. Reach and reach. The lower you go with that extending leg, the more challenging that's going to be. So you can play with that level. Keep your head and shoulders lifted if you can. If you need to put them down, that's okay too. Thinking about tilting my chin forward so my head is weighted over my upper body and I'm not straining my neck. I don't feel any tension in my neck. Using my upper abdominals to support my head. Alternating that breath. So important to use that Pilates breath. And let's go 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Pull both knees in. We'll go right into the double leg. Out and around. Out and around. How about 2 more? 2 and 1. All right, reach one leg up as straight as you can. You hold that leg wherever you need to. I'm going to hold on my calf, but if you need to hold your thigh, that works too. A little pull, and then a switch. Pull, switch, pull, pull. All right, we're three out of 5. I like to make a little diamond with my thumb and forefinger and place that underneath my tailbone. I'm going to show you this 2 ways. We'll do half this way, we'll do half the other way. So lowering my legs, not rolling off my fingers, lifting up, not smashing my thumbs. So those hands give me some feedback and give my upper body a little reprieve. That might have been 6. You might have got an extra one there. Interlace your fingers behind your head, and we'll do the second version, so you can choose which one you like better. Definitely think this ramps it up a notch. All right, we're in position for crisscross, our final one. Rib to hip, elbows stay wide. I'm not trying to touch my elbow to my knee. I'm reaching that leg long. Try to keep your upper body lifted as you rotate so we're not dipping down. Getting into those transverse abdominals. Let's go 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hug your knees in. Maybe give that a little rock from side to side. Let's take our arms out to a T. Bring your legs to tabletop, and we'll just roll the legs over to one side, keeping your hands planted into the ground, looking the opposite way of the legs. Little lumbar spine twist. And how about one more each direction? All righty, we need to get into some arms here. So we're going to use a TheraBand for that. So let's start off with triceps. So I'm going to take that band. I'm going to turn sideways. I'm going to stay on my knees, but you could do this standing as well. And I'll hold it above my head, and then I'll also hold it down by my bum with my opposite arm. The tighter you hold onto the band, the more tension you're going to feel. I'll turn a little bit more so you can see the backside there. And I'm pulling up to work that tricep. Strong posture. All right, switching sides. That was about 10. Grab at the top, grab at the bottom, holding as tightly as you would like, and we pull up. So that's working those triceps right there. So then let's bring that band in front. We're going to pull it apart. Opening up that chest, working on our back muscles, making for strong backs. And this is also a really good one for posture. So you want to have good posture in your wedding photos. Couple more. And then let's work on delts. Our delts are these muscles here. So we want to work on that. So I'm going to put my knees on the band. Okay, so I'm anchoring it with my knees. And again, where I hold on the band is going to determine my tension. So I'm going to pull to this side. This is a tighter band, so I'm going to pull to the side. It's not a super big pull, but I feel it. And then we'll pull forward. And I'm going to get my knees a little closer together so I can get a little closer to the end so I have a little more range. Still working those delts. One more each arm. All right, bicep curls. So palms facing forward, bicep curls. And 10. Okay, coming on down, we will continue with the band and with upper body, but we're gonna add that roll down in. So let's crisscross the band, make an X with it. I'm gonna roll down a little ways, a point that I can hold, and it's a row. Try to keep your heels planted. And let's pull with one arm and rotate, and then the other and rotate. I'm alternating sides. You could do all on one side, get a little bit of obliques in there for a nice waist. Core keeps working, tummy's pulled in. All right, bring that up. We're not done with the band, but we're getting close. Let's sit on the band this time. So we'll sit, legs crossed. And we're doing a little hug-a-tree. So I'm going to bring that band over top of my hands, like so. So it's in my palms. My palms are facing up. And it's our hug-a-tree from the Reformer. And if you don't know that, well, you do now. This is working my back and my arms. And then for all of these, I'm doing about 10. 10 is a good number. And then you're officially done with that band, so you can put that aside. I'm gonna ponytail up so that we can do some work with some blanks and some push-ups. Okay, so push-ups are a great way to work those arms. We're gonna start with a Pilates style push-up. I'm gonna be on my knees. Lean your body forward to a relatively straight line. On this one, I want my elbows to go straight back. Hands are approximately underneath my shoulders, and I'm not letting the elbows go out to the side, just straight back. I find this version a little more challenging than elbows wide, but everybody feels things different. So if you feel it different than me, there's nothing wrong with that. And let's take a quick little child's pose there. Of course, we're going to do the other version. I'm going to come up onto my toes for our version with our elbows out wide. And then we'll go elbows wide. You can do this on your knees. I love push-ups as hard as they are. It's a great workout for your core and your upper body. It just really hits those muscles. So let's take it to actually we're gonna do a bird dog first. There will be some planks in your future, but we're gonna do a bird dog first. So extend one leg, the opposite arm. Let's just hold, little balance pose, tummy pulls up and in. A few more breaths. And then let's switch sides. Just reaching long. All right, so let's add on to that. We're gonna get a little bit more core. There's already core, but we're gonna maximize it. Elbow towards your knee. Balance and a little crunch. Reach and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Let's try the other side. Last little bit here on bird dog. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a quick little child's pose because you know you got those planks coming. So here we go. Planks it is. We're going to do a high plank and a low plank. Here we go. There's our high plank. If you need to be on your knees, you do this on your knees. I think about pushing the floor away, spreading out my back, pressing into my heels, breathing, keeping my head lined up. And then quick little child's pose there, stretch that out. Next one is forearms. So forearms lined up with your shoulders, nice and parallel. And there we go. Same rules, just a different setup. All right, let's take a little stretch there. And we will finish with a mermaid. As Macey said, that's one of her favorite exercises, so I definitely wanted to include that. So sitting with my legs kind of in a figure 4 setup. Reach up and over, big side bend. And then let's go to the other side. And then up and over. Do about 3 each way. I don't know about you guys, but I broke a little sweat here. And then if you want to be fancy, you can come up and rotate and sit back down, or you can just get yourself to the other side. 3 each way. And there you go. That is our little mat class. I hope you enjoyed it. And we're wishing the best of luck to Macey. Thanks for watching.